Cormant-CS is a pioneer in mobile functionality for DCIM solutions. Initially leveraging traditional handheld devices for data center audits, the platform has evolved with advanced technology. Today, Cormant-CS supports comprehensive online and offline capabilities across Windows, Android, and iOS smart devices. OSS uses HTTP, HTTPS, and the Cormant-CS REST API to sync data securely without direct database access. It runs on TCP port 9000 and is best installed alongside the Cormant-CS application server. This demo covers setting up the Cormant-CS offline app and configuring the sync environment between mobile devices and Cormant-CS, including certificate management, sync subscription settings, and a sync guide with different common scenarios. Prerequisites. The Cormant-CS offline app requires version 11.1 or later, and it also supports smartphones, tablets with Android version 8 or later. Windows laptops or tablets running Windows 10 or IoT Enterprise, IoT Core not supported. Separate installers for each platform are included in the release package. A pre-configured Cormant-CS environment is already running for this demo. The offline sync service, OSS, uses TCP port 9000 by default, and this can be changed if needed. The port must be allowed through the application server's firewall and network. Let's generate an OAuth token. One of the configurations needed is to generate OAuth token. To do this, open the settings.config file of OSS service using Notepad. The location is in Cormant-CS Android Offline Sync Service folder. Now, access CS Web, go to Admin module, then click System Settings. Select the OAuth tab. Enter consumer name, select a user, then click the Generate button. The OAuth token creation window will appear. Go to settings.config file in your Notepad, then copy Client ID and Client Secret. You can use the Click Copy to Clipboard button. Set the CS REST API URL and the server URL. Lastly, configure the data source, which points to the SQL Server instance where Cormant-CS Database is hosted. Link server certificate to offline sync service. Begin by launching a command prompt as an administrator, then run the following command. Replace the server URL with the actual hostname of the server. Then run it. Enter PowerShell and use the following command. Copy the displayed GUID and save it in Notepad. Locate the SSL certificate you're using to get the certificate's thumbprint. In IIS Manager, select the server name, then choose Server Certificates from the right-hand pane. Right-click your certificate and select View. Under the Details tab, select Thumbprint, then copy the value into Notepad. Now, run the following command and substitute the values you've gathered from the earlier steps. A confirmation message will appear, indicating it was successfully added. You can now start the Cormant-CS Android Offline Sync service from the Cormant Service Manager or the Windows Services console. To test if the sync service is running correctly, open a new browser window and enter the server URL, adding the configured port at the end. Let's set up your sync profile. Log into Cormant-CS Web as the administrator. Click Admin module, then select User Management. Under the Users and Roles tab, click Sync Profiles, then click the Create button. The Create Sync Profile window will appear. Fill in the required details for the profile. Select a root space and make sure to set the status field to Active. Only active profiles are visible to users on the mobile app. You can include device images and assign a user role. Once done, click OK to save. The Sync Profiles function is similar to MS SQL CE publications, providing a subset of the database for offline use. Users can make changes locally, which are later synced back to the server. Installation of Cormant-CS Android app. Note, this step is optional and only required if the user will be syncing data using the Android-based offline client. Connect your Android device to the application server and navigate to the Release folder. Locate the APK file and copy it to your mobile device. On your Android device, open the File Manager, find the copied APK file, and start the installation process. Make sure you've allowed installations from unknown sources when prompted. Then tap Install. Once the installation is complete, tap Open to launch the app. Installation of Cormant-CS Windows Offline app. This step is also optional and only required if the user will be syncing data using our Windows-based offline client. Navigate to the Release folder and open the Windows subfolder. Locate and double-click the installer file to begin the installation process. Once installation is complete, the app will launch automatically. Configuration and initial sync for Windows offline. At the login screen, click the Settings button and fill in the following details. Sync service address. This should be the IP address or FQDN of the server, followed by the default port. This may vary depending on your configuration. Log level. You can leave this set to less, but if you need more detailed advanced logging, set it to more. Click OK to save the changes. Enter your Cormant-CS username and password to log in. On the Sync Management page, select your created sync profile and click Get Sync Profile DB. This will download your assigned data from the server. Once the sync completes, the app will automatically log you in. You can now use the Cormant-CS offline app on your Windows machine. Configuration and initial sync for the Android app. Note: the configuration process on the Android device follows the same logic but uses the mobile UI. From the Cormant-CS Android app, tap the Settings button. Configure the sync service address and leave the log level set to less. Tap OK to save your settings. Enter your Cormant-CS username and password to log in. Once logged in, select your sync profile and tap Get Sync Profile DB to download the offline data. Once you see the asset tree, you're ready to use the Cormant-CS offline app on your Android device.
Test the sync process. Now that we have configured the server and offline clients, let us test the sync process.
From your Android device, choose a space or rack. Then right-click the asset tree and select Add Component. In the Add Component window, select your desired component template to then enter a name for the asset. You may leave the other fields blank. Click OK to create the device. Next, create a test connection by filling in the required fields. Once done, tap the menu icon, upper right, then select Sync Send Pending Changes. To verify that the changes have been reflected on the application server, navigate to the space where you created the component and review the update. As we can see, the changes are already synced to the application server.
That wraps up our offline sync configuration and demo. A full reference guide is available in PDF within the installation package, containing all the steps and commands we used in this demo.
Have questions or need support? We're here to help.